Call, call it to order the
Yep.
meeting of the Southwood Zoning Board of Appeals on January 9th, 2023. This is a hybrid meeting that is being recorded and broadcast on Zoom. There's one public hearing tonight at 7:10. Before we start that, we will be reading and approving minutes and also approving some bills. So I will pause the recording until we're finished with that.
I think our applicant's coming in Zoom.
Oh,
I haven't admitted him yet, but it's not till 7:15, right?
7:10.
7:10, okay.
Do you have everybody get their minutes? Minutes?
I didn't
No.
get the minutes.
Hang on, you're doing my notes.
Everybody.
Put a motion to accept. Oh, sorry.
Second,
Put a motion up to accept the notes as submitted for November 28th, 2022.
Mike?
four.
Second,
We have a motion to accept the minutes of the meeting from November 28th. And second, all in favor?
aye.
Aye. Okay, the meeting minutes from November 28th are accepted as written. One thing I didn't mention is the attendance in attendance tonight. We have alternate member Mike Parent, member Bill Liss, and member Chris Mastriani absent, and Secretary Wendy Cordero. Absent are Paul Gregoire and Tom Stapleton. I guess we can start the
Okay.
public hearing.
We'll get him in.
So the person's gonna be remotely.
Looks like.
He's in right now. Hello? Dennis Tenoli. He might be muted. No video. Oh. Unmute. It's muted too, so. There we go. Hello.
Oh, good evening. This is Anatoly, the petitioner.
Okay, are you gonna be audio only, or are you gonna have video also?
I will try to show my face.
Oh, there you
There
are.
you go.
Very good.
Yeah, good evening, good evening.
Okay, 7:10, we're gonna open a public hearing on an application for 19 Foster Road for the purpose of constructing a new home. Can you state your name and address, please?
My current address or
Yes, your current address.
yes, yeah, I'm living in Springfield, Massachusetts, 23 Jones Way.
Okay,
I'm Anatoly Ovdichuk.
okay. Just to let you know where we stand, Anatoly, we do not have a quorum, unfortunately, tonight. We have 3 members here, but 1 member is not going to be voting because he has a tie to that piece of property. So what we'll do is we will discuss the issue and hear your application and what you're requesting, and then we'll have to continue the meeting, continue the public hearing until 2 weeks from now. I apologize for that, but there was a last-minute emergency with one of our members. He had a water problem in his house, and he's not going to be able to attend. So I apologize for that.
Not a problem.
Okay, we got your application, and I wanted to ask you a question. Do you know the history of this property as far as having the mobile home or a trailer? And it dates back like 60 years. I was just wondering how much if you learned anything about that when you bought the property.
Yes, I did some research. I know maybe not everything, but I know some.
Okay, so you didn't have a problem. There wasn't any problem in selling the property to you, or anything that you thought was going to hold that up or make it complicated?
I mean, I know this is not complicated property. And I know so there's some issue, not some issue, that's more concerning was that that special permit which is on record, which is I think which is only the owner who was there before me allowed to live in that mobile home.
Right.
Yeah, but I took the risk. I took the risk and will try to build a house over there.
Okay, yeah, this, we look back into this and it, like I said, it's a history that goes back probably over 50 years of changes in bylaws and changes in definitions of mobile home versus trailer versus modular home, and the different modifications were done to it. But I spoke to the town attorney about this, and what he said and what I agreed with is that if you are going to demolish the home, and looks like there's 2 sheds or something on that property also.
Yes.
Okay, so if you're going to demolish the home and the 2 sheds, is there a slab underneath that home?
Actually, I didn't look under it, but somebody told me that there is the slab.
Yeah, I think, yeah, it says that there is a slab, so
Yep.
I assume you would be planning on demolishing and removing that also.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Okay, so what the town attorney's opinion was, and something that I agreed with, is if you're going to demolish all the parts of this property that have this kind of checkered history to it, then you're kind of starting from a clean slate, which is good. And we can just review the dimensional requirements that you would need to construct a new home, since the lot is it's a legal lot, and it's an approved use. A single family dwelling is an approved use for this single lot. So even though the dimensions of the lot area and things have changed a few times over the years, it has some non-conforming pre-existing issues with it, but that's something that we deal with all the time. So we'll be discussing your request for the front setback variance, and then you also need a variance for the lot area. Everything else is good. Before we proceed on to the actual dimensions, I'm going to see if any of the other members have any questions that I might be able to clarify based on my
Did you get a description of the wetlands that's on there?
yes, they're on
They're
here.
delineated on there?
Yeah.
Okay, they're pretty close to the house, aren't they?
Yeah, so yeah, I see you have a wetlands issue behind you, that it's one of the reasons that you need to come to us, because you're kind of pinched in between the road and the wetlands.
Yes, that's only the reason, because the wetland, I need to get that house closer to the street.
Right.
And
Go ahead.
Anatoly, you mentioned that you thought you would take a chance on this, and part of what you're doing is you're looking for a variance, and part of the variance would be that you had a hardship. And just so that you know, you can't create your own hardship. In other words, when you bought that land, you can't now say, I have a hardship, and that's why, I need this to be done. Now, we can look at that and look at the reasons, but just so in the future, if you do buy a property like this, don't buy something until you have it checked out with the zoning board that you can actually build there.
Uh-huh.
That's why I wouldn't sell.
Yeah, I was checking before. Yes, I was talking to the planning, to the building inspector, to conservation. I was talking to everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so then let's talk about the dimensions on your application asked for a 35-foot setback, which equates to a 40-foot variance. On your drawing, you show the house at 47 feet from the property line. Is that something that you've changed along the way, or I just want to make sure we're talking about the correct numbers here.
And no, I think I submit the plan with application and 40 from the property line to the house. I mean,
Yeah.
35, yes.
Yeah, the drawing I have here that you submitted, I see the dimension says 47 feet, 11 and some fraction of an inch here to the
9/16.
to the front to the front of the proposed residence, and it also gives the dimensions to the sides and everything else. So I just want to clarify that you're asking to have the house 35 feet from the
And
from the property line in the front.
constructed on the buffer of the wetlands.
Well, that's the conservation's,
I don't.
that's the conservation's commission issue. So it's 30, you're looking for 35 feet from the road.
Yeah, 35, but the plan which is I preparing for the conservation commission,
Yeah,
that showing 5 feet.
Yeah, because you're pushing it further.
Yeah, but only why asking 35. For example, if conservation commission will say we will need you move little further from the wetland, so
Mhm.
the spare footage, yeah. So that's only.
okay.
So is he
So he-
showing that
yeah,
he's inside
He's got to come forward more. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
that corner of it?
It'll be
anyway,
10 feet closer than what's shown on this drawing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
So more-
On the corner of the house going to be the same line as existing mobile home.
okay. 35 feet.
needs-
Have you
4.
talked to the Conservation Commission, or, did
Uh,
they?
Yes, I did. I spoke to what's your name? I forgot your name. Yes.
Okay, so they suggested that you come here first. That's usually the case.
Yeah, but I was thinking that this will happen like simultaneously, but looks like with notice of intent is gonna be a little later. Actually, I prepared the plan, but it's for notice of intent.
Okay. Yeah, that's usually how it works. We give you as much as we are comfortable with, and then you have to negotiate with the Conservation Commission on. We talk about the front yard and they talk about the backyard. So
Yes.
okay, we'll do that. Are you building this house for yourself?
No.
No, not maybe in the case when I will not be able to sell it, then I will move there. So the crazy market now.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, but this nice area, I would live there.
is this you're proposing a single-story house, or is it 2-story?
No, that's gonna be like ranch with a walkout basement.
Somebody's ranch.
Okay,
So basically,
A raised ranch is what you're saying?
Yeah.
no, regular on the front is gonna be ranch, but on the back is going to be walkout basement.
Walkout basement.
okay,
Yeah, because we have to raise on the front because the septic going to be raised system. So that's
And-
gonna be like walkout basement.
And will you replace a garage that's there? There's kind of a lean-to or a carport kind of thing. Are you gonna replace that garage? Will this house have a garage?
Yeah, there's gonna be garage on the first floor on the basement. It's not shown
Doesn't show you.
on the plan, but there's gonna be driveway like you see on the plan on the right side,
Oh,
and
Gotcha.
garage going to be from the right side to the house, so like to the first floor. I mean, to the basement.
Right here.
So that carport going to be removed.
Okay. Let's see. Anybody else got any questions?
How big is the ranch? How many square feet?
I believe it's one floor about 15 square feet. So and if there's gonna be a part of the first floor, part of the basement finish it, so there's gonna be around 2,000.
Okay,
Big house.
I mean, it's gonna be look not big from the street, but on the back there's gonna be two-story.
oh, okay. So the walkout basement will be the full length of the back of the house?
Yes.
Okay.
Notice that one of the things is as you look at the other residences as they go along, there's several others that are, you know, fairly close to the road.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's about 35 square feet. I mean, 35 feet from the road
right.
This one's showing 30.
on the left and on the right. Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's good information. It was good that you put that on there so that we didn't have to go out and measure it because that's something that we take into consideration is how it fits in with the rest of the street.
Mhm.
Just as an aside. Just, you're the one that has the
Mhm.
question. If you state, you know, that you have a problem and that you're not gonna be affected by that, you in fact could.
Oh, I won't.
Okay.
I am recusing myself
Okay,
because it's been an issue for a long time
Oh.
and we couldn't take unless they keep the trailer that we were told. So now it's changed. So
okay,
I don't agree with it. So I
Yeah.
can't go in it. Plus I was part of it, the business.
Yeah. okay.
So
Yeah, I just.
That's a lot-
if-
that's
if
a lot
it
of
were
relief to give up.
something Like
no, I know.
it's my cousin. or-
No. It was,
That kind of
it
thing,
was a
you
real estate
could-
transaction. So.
Okay.
And it was just about ready to be transferred and it was cut because they said they couldn't sell it. The town wouldn't allow it.
Okay,
And I had the fact sheet I gave to you without that. It was what
Yeah,
the
I
last the
have-
owner went through.
I have some.
All of a sudden it's changed.
I have
So I
some
don't know.
questions on that. We can.
Yeah,
we can
it's
talk
okay.
About after.
But you know, back here, it's all wetlands back there. So your walkouts into wetlands.
No, the behind the trailer is
50 feet from it, but it's
yeah,
wet.
there's the fence, fire fence,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah,
Antonelli, those sheds that you have on your property, those two
Say-
sheds, there's two sheds in the backyard.
yeah, that's
Right behind there's lake. It's wet right there. It comes right up. Because it grades that way.
oh,
You know what I mean? So if you walk back there now, it's wet.
okay. Yeah.
So I don't know how you're
I
gonna
didn't
hurt.
walk there.
Where is it gonna be? The septic out here? So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you give any thoughts to where your septic has got to go or assume
gonna
at
be
the
up here?
front?
And
have the design already, so the septic going to be on the front.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's going to be raised system, so
now you gotta.
that's why it's going to be.
You wanna leave it like it was.
Okay,
There's a lot unveiling when you start going through this.
Yeah.
Okay,
people doing that stuff. I didn't realize sometimes.
I know.
Expenses all of a sudden.
oh, like you said, you made a good point on start too.
Yeah.
Just because you bought it, no. Anyway,
okay,
I don't know the topography back here. I know it does grade out.
it's got-
I mean,
I'm looking-
out here, but down back here, it's pretty
Oh.
low. That's why it's wet, you know? Like I said, I used to ice skate back here.
know, we used to ice skate a lot of
I know.
places.
Hey, that's what we did. We found places to go play. John Planky lived around the corner.
Okay,
Wendy.
Anatoly, do you have any other questions for us? Because I think we've brought up all the subjects that we need to
It's just
talk
to mention.
about here. Do you have any questions?
No, basically, I don't have questions. I was so when I was buying this, I bought this just before because that there is two options: or I build in the house, or that mobile home will be staying there forever. So because that is non-conforming use and that's allowed by law. So
Right.
I'm not losing anyway. So if you want me to build the house,
Or you
Yeah,
rent it,
I don't think you'd want to, I don't think anybody would want to live there. I mean,
you can rent it.
it's been there, it's been there for a long time. Okay, so, again, I apologize for having to continue this, but we'll continue it until, 2 weeks from today. We'll publish the agenda, and then, you'll be notified of what the what the time is and what the Zoom, particulars are. So we're gonna have to do that because of this last minute emergency. So
mhm.
I think we need to tell them anything else? No, okay,
23rd.
so that's it. It'll be on the 23rd. We'll continue the hearing. Not that we've talked about it all. I'll fill in the member who couldn't be here so that he doesn't have to start from zero. And then you'll be able to continue the discussion in more detail and hopefully make a decision then.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks, Anatoly.
Thank
Yeah,
you very
good
much.
night.
Bye bye.
Nice thing.
Oops, 2,000. That's pretty big for that little spot. There's not, the issue is there's not a lot of room there
I
to build on.
scaled
Yeah.
this thing. It ended up being like,
It certainly would be a great thing to get rid of that eyesore there. You know,
What's that?
I scaled
Yeah.
this, it ended up being like, it's like 1,700 or something. But
Okay.
that
With the
is
garage, right, right.
So. Okay, I just wanted to address that sheet that you gave me.
Mhm.
I read through it a couple times, and the more I read through it, the more confusing I got. Because it does,
That's
for one
what,
thing, it doesn't say when this was made, when this was drawn up. Do you know approximately when?
yeah, last spring,
Last spring.
yeah, it was 21, May of 21.
is that on the property that you're?
Okay,
This is what the owner got presented from the attorney. They're like, we're out. Because it's been their grandfather through. And there's only 2 in town for mobile homes. Saunders Livery
yeah,
across the street from the boat place, and then this one.
because it says in here, at the time of your application to the zoning board appeals in 2005.
Way back, yeah, they tried to get this.
But
back
who's
then.
at the time
The
of
owner.
your application?
This is for the owner that had it
This is for-
originally.
Okay, so this is made up for the
Quimbley here, was her daughter.
Hupfer?
Was it Susan?
Yeah,
Hefner, yeah. That was the owner that
Okay.
sold it to the Antonelli eventually, apparently.
okay, so that was who it was two, okay.
At the end of the day, it was basically told we couldn't sell it. There's too much with it. This was gonna be a nightmare. So she pulled a list
Couldn't sell it as in it was
Right.
gonna cost too much.
to
or couldn't
deal with it
sell
because they couldn't take the trailer down.
Couldn't take the trailer.
No,
down.
because it's a non-conforming use that was permitted.
Oh,
So you
okay.
take it down, now it's more non-conforming.
Yeah.
So how can you build on it now
Yeah.
and make it that much more non-conforming?
Well, yeah,
But-
like I said.
And the hardship is he bought it, now he wants to build on it.
Let me just. finish
Make money.
My question.
That's not hardship.
It's this.
Yeah,
Wetlands
that's
could be
why
a
I said
hardship,
to him,
but-
you see that so often,
I know.
people buy it and they think,
Well, because
Yeah,
you
just-
whatever, I'm not gonna get into it.
yeah.
It's
I've
broken
got another
English for
question
me,
I had
you know,
Bill,
help me out.
on this is,
Yeah.
under conclusion,
Yeah.
it says the only steps available now would be to file an application with the zoning board of appeals to determine the structure was and is
Mhm.
valid and no prior special permit. To leave it to 2005,
Mhm.
determine the home is a permanent dwelling, extend or modify the special permit. Or determine that the structure was illegal, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I don't think that any of those are zoning board of appeals questions. Those are all planning board questions, because they're all about special permits.
Could be,
Okay,
maybe just misspoke on who it was supposed to go to, but it never got done.
okay.
They never dealt with it, but now they sold it.
That just.
I mean, unless the planning board has something on it. I
He-
don't know if you asked them,
Yeah.
but I doubt they have anything, because it just got sold again,
But,
you know.
none of
Well,
these,
if I was the owner, I'd take the money.
none of these conclusions were dimensional, so I didn't.
Hmm.
I mean, he would be
Didn't see
better
that.
off to
What do you mean
leave.
it's not dimensional? Of
That-
course it is.
That's not.
He-
that's-
he-
Oh, you're saying
He-
to
he
take it
would
down, there's
be-
nothing you can do because
He would be better off to leave the footprint
right,
there. And then you can add, what is it, 15% or 10% to that size? And then
it's
he
not very
wouldn't even
big.
have to go.
I know.
Yeah, but it's.
It's a 20 foot
slab.
wide,
It's a
yeah,
slab. You can't,
and it's in the wetlands already.
it's in the buffer.
But yeah, but buffers might as well not build on it. It's the same thing. It's gotta be outside the buffer line, right? You can't build in the
That's up
buffer.
to the conservation.
So it's
They,
12
he's
feet
already
wide,
saying they gotta push it forward some more. That's why he wanted the
Right.
35.
Right.
yeah.
12 feet wide, that's the.
Or, yeah, it's like 12 or
Trailers,
16,
12.
not very wide. It's a mobile home. Literally, you could pull it down the road. You know what I mean? And you know, like a trailer park. If you go to a mobile home park, that's what it is. And then they added onto it. They put the slab. Then they got an awning on it. They got a back. So they kind of made it a house. On the special permits that they were allowed back in the 70s.
Yeah, wow.
So they've converted it to a single dwelling. Not a mobile home anymore. It's a single dwelling. So now you got a problem because it's a house with a foundation. You look at it, like I said, it was coming at me 7 ways of Sunday and the owner panicked, just like, I can't sell it. And all of a sudden, 3 months later, she sells it
Yeah.
to a Russian guy that's gonna claim, sorry. Don't, you know,
Wait till he finds out what the expense of putting in a
well, whatever.
septic and all of
Yeah.
that system. and
There
those
is a,
septic
yeah,
systems.
there is a septic there now, but I don't know how if it passed Title V or anything,
Oh, okay.
I don't know that much because I never got that far.
All right.
But, yeah, I would say you're right. Planning board's probably got a culpability here. They never dealt with it.
Well, I mean, if
you
he's
know,
putting a
so
2,000 square foot
push it to them.
home,
Well, I would, my
You know.
suggestion was we rule on the dimensions
Right.
and then let the planning board.
Exactly. You guys
Conservation.
do all that. I mean, that's a lot of relief.
Well, you look at the.
I hear you.
ones that are-
But what's the
there,
hardship for it? Because it's not there.
Because there's wetlands there. I mean, that's.
Is that a hardship? To build? It's a non-conforming lot then.
I would say that at least a third and maybe half of the applications we get are that.
But they have a lot more space to use around it.
Hmm.
Usually, but, or remove it to whatever. There's nowhere, I mean, you could go this way. There's a lot of, but there's nowhere to put a septic. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of you're really is boxed in. That's the problem is you got to come forward 10 more feet. And you really can't shift because the septic's going to be on that side
Mhm.
and the driveway is right to the line basically on this side.
Okay, well,
I mean, you're right. The dimensional is all you can look at. The rest of the stuff is really irrelevant to the picture because if there was a special permit issued by the planning board, that's on them
right.
to undo or unravel. But if he wants to be able to tear it down, he's going to get a special permit to tear it down, probably and deconstruct it, and then a
So-
building permit to put up a structure.
so he's purchased this property
He owns it.
or he has it
No, he
under?
owned it. He bought it. He said he took the risk. Because he's he'll keep it or he'll, build on it. And he's gonna sell the house if he builds on it. He's not living in it. I
Yeah.
guarantee that. We've seen this guy before. I think this is the guy in the corner of Berkshire.
No,
It's not him?
no,
It's not the
that was
same
the
thing.
colleagues.
Okay.
Yeah, that went round and around,
Yeah.
didn't it?
Oh, that
Well, it was
one.
another risk.
was the worst one.
Yeah.
That was the worst one I've ever done.
But
Okay,
anyway,
that's
that's
all.
all I can do, to give you the information I knew. And like I said, there was so much unraveling that the owner was like, oh, I can't deal with this.
Oh,
And somebody came in and said,
I can
well, I
see
can do,
that.
and they just bought it with the risk. It's like, here's the risk. He
Right.
bought it and paid her probably 150,000 cash. And she's like, okay, see you later. Good luck,
Then you're gonna build a house, so you're gonna have to sell it for 400. at least 400,000 just to
It's up to him, but
break even, right? I don't know.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of money in there to prep it,
Yeah.
you know, to start. If we allow him to even do it, but then like you said, if you give him that, he's gotta go to the planning board and or the building inspector. To be able to get a permit, you know, from the wetland relief and
Well, I would-
conservation.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's all
I
done.
would say that there's, that if, let's say, if we approved it,
Right.
there'd be a lot of conditions on it.
And your point, I'm not saying the lay of the land, if you will, that it's aesthetically to move a little closer is not a horrible thing, because there's not one property on there that's not 30 feet.
Right,
Most of them are pretty close to the road, that side.
yeah,
The other side, they're way back. It's weird how they like shifted it.
yeah,
One side of Foster, it's like here, the other side of Foster is like, 300 feet back, you know?
yeah, I can see there being a lot of conditions attached to this, just so that it's in writing that
Right.
you have to demolish everything, you gotta take up the slab, you gotta,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Right.
You gotta get
Septic approval,
septic approval.
conservation approval,
commission.
planning board
You have
approval.
to check with
Yeah.
the planning board to make sure that there's something about that.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Good luck to you guys on that one. Now, you said you're not gonna be here in 2 weeks, though.
I'm not gonna be here.
Uh-oh. Gotta get Tommy to show up.
I haven't heard from him in months.
I know, I don't know if he's like down in NASA at SpaceX or what, if he's doing, or is he at the moon?
I'll try sending another text or something.
I mean, I think he became busier retired than he was working.
Yeah,
Does that happen to you?
yes. But I realized why, because when you go to work, you just go to work and you do all your stuff there.
When you're
When you're
available,
retired, you gotta go over here, you gotta go to,
yeah, doctor's here, drive, yeah.
you gotta go 5 different things.
But my
in one
mom was
day.
telling me, she's like, dude, being retired is no joke. She said, it's more work than I was
He's a
working.
big health club junkie too.
All right, oh, yeah.
I used to run into him when I was going for rehab for my shoulder. I'd run
All
into
right,
him.
anyone
Right.
want to make a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion to adjourn, we have a second, and all in favor?
All right,
Thank you, everybody.
all right,
We'll try to
figured out.
what we can do,